I want to talk about because I'm gonna get into your background as well, but I want to talk about when you left the city, where did you go and what did you do?
Okay.
Because I want to know about your journey because people got to know the details. You
Yeah.
know, uh, I feel like a lot of times we don't know the details of people, so we can know who people are. You see what I'm
That
saying?
makes sense.
So in order to know who you are, they have to know the details of your journey. Like what did you? Because I know you was in Houston, you was working,
Hmm.
you was in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
Costa Rica. You know,
I
you
moved
did
to Houston,
okay. So
and
how old was you when you left the city and moved to Houston, and what did you do there?
hmm, it was 2024 when I moved to Houston. Oh, sorry, I lied.
I think that was you was
It's like
here sooner.
20,
Two, 23.
2022,
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
2022.
yeah, because I'm like,
It was 2022 when I moved to
okay.
Houston. And back in 2022, moved there with my sister. We're 2 years apart. And I really just wanted to move to Houston so I could see like what it would be like for my business to like advance, like upgrade, for me to be able to see like just a different space, like bigger, better energy. Like I felt like going to a bigger city was gonna provide bigger opportunities, which it did. And I feel like I was able to see so many different amazing black owned businesses in Houston. Like the way that they elevated the way I looked at business was beautiful. Like
Mm,
seeing everybody's like different pop up tents, like food trucks. Like
mm,
Houston is doing it big when it comes to black owned businesses. Not saying the other states aren't, but from what I saw, like they were at
yeah,
the top of the meter for me. Like
yeah,
this is
they
the
clowning.
standard for
Yeah,
business.
they was clowning. Yeah.
Absolutely. And from Houston, I then decided, you know what? I said, I feel like I've gotten like what I needed out of
So
Houston.
what did you do in Houston? Like, what were you doing in Houston?
Well, I had transferred my job before I moved out to Houston. I was working at Papados,
Mm-hmm.
selling just like serving
Mm-hmm.
food and making tips. And so I transferred my job from Papados to the Papados in Houston because they have so many different food chains. And so from there, like I was still doing my business. I feel like me being able to have part-time jobs allowed for me to do my business as well and like have my business at the forefront because I was able to, not have to work so many hours. I'm able to do my business on pretty much any day of the week that I needed to. Like most events, I was doing 4 to 3 events throughout the week. And sometimes I was doing 2 events in the same day. So I think that Houston really just provided me like the outlet to just go crazy when it came to like business events and just show up
Mm.
and go to all of the different places that I wanted to go.
When it comes to traveling in Houston, in particular, what did you learn the most when you left the city and was in Houston? What did you learn? What did you learn from making that move to Houston the most that other people can take with them?
I learned that I could do it. Like
Mm,
I felt like it was so challenging for me to get the courage to even move out of my home state. So for me to even think about the idea to move out of my home state, for me to come up with a plan, come up with how much I needed to save, come up with what was it going to take for me to let go of the things that I already had so that I could move.
mm,
Because not only was I going to have to give up like materialistic items, I was going to have to give up relationships
beautiful.
to even like be like, okay, I'm gonna go. Even thinking about, okay, my mom and my dad is here, my nana's here, my sister's here. So I felt like I had to be okay with knowing that those things are still gonna be here when I get back. But
Yeah,
I feel
and
like I needed to do it for me.
your soul, yep, yep. And how important is it of letting go of those things, like not your family or friends,
Hmm.
nothing like that, but how important it is to let go of those materials or those different things when it comes to making a decision to move? How important is that?
It's everything because I think that how else will you know what your capabilities are if you don't reach for the stars and do the things and the thoughts that you have that like you feel like a passion and a burning for? Like those things aren't as important as what you're feeling whatever that like said feeling could be. It could be, oh, I want to go on a walk today. You have a strong desire to go on that walk today. You need to go on that walk today, and listening to yourself, listening to the feelings that you have inside, like opening yourself up to like the creative things that are
Yeah.
within you and tapping into those things. But you have to listen for it to even be a continuous thing that it just keeps popping up too. Because if you're
Yeah.
not listening to it and you're blocking it off, it just becomes like a trauma response that your body is going to be like, oh, you don't
Yeah.
really want this. You're not going to get it. And
Yeah.
you're not going to get it because you don't really
And
want it.
I feel like a lot of that comes from them not wanting to, them not believing they can or wanting to go after those different visions and ideas they got for
Yeah.
themselves. It's because a lot of times our family and friends influence us to
They
stay
have so
back.
much to say.
So much to
Everybody going to have
say,
something to
something
say.
to say, and it'd be like, how do you want the best for me if you don't want what's best for the journey of my soul?
Yeah. And
You
let me
feel me?
take that journey.
Journey, yeah. Let me take that journey because at the end of the day, it's like, it's like, it's like baby want to hold you back because they allow people to convince them to stay back.
Yeah.
But it'd be like that's soul suicide,
I think so too.
spiritual suicide when you don't go after those different visions and
Yeah.
ideas and things.
It's
Because
neglect.
that's what makes it's neglect. It's self neglect, and you can't
Absolutely.
be the full person of love that or care or wisdom that you want to be or need to be for
Mm-hmm.
your family or other people when you don't go after those things. Because when you go after those things, you be a beacon for other people so they can know it's possible. But what if
Yeah.
everybody stayed back and didn't do nothing? We have a dead society.
Absolutely. There will be no faith ever.
No faith.
No faith,
You know what
no
I mean?
drive, no growth, no ambition, no I have something to go after. Like when people talk about they have like the strong sensation to go and do something, it could be anything that's so small that turns into something so big because you really never know where that journey is going to take you, but you have to listen to yourself and listen to the different things that it is that you say you want to do. Like even with me having the idea to even go to Costa Rica, if I didn't see and experience what it was like to live in Costa Rica, I would never know that like I have the ability to get back there. Like it's so
Mm.
much more than living in America.
And then when you think about it, you hit something on the nose. You had said something so key. It's easy for you to get back there.
Yeah.
But how do you know? How would you know if it's easy for you to get back there, like somewhere like Costa Rica,
Mm-hmm.
if you never give
Yep.
yourself the chance to
That
go there?
is true. That is true.
And a lot of people, they be feeling like going out the country, going here, going there. They be feeling like if I go there, I'm gonna get stuck. If I go there,
Yes.
what's gonna happen? But
You
it'd be like,
can't be
but it'd be like, but it'd be
fearful.
like, but it'd be like, but it'd be like you. It's like you. How should I put this? You won't even have the other options. You won't have your the any options unless you give yourself the option to go there.
Yeah, that
I
is
mean,
true.
and more options and more things open up when you do decide to go there. When you do decide to make that decision to to
Things just
travel.
fall in line. You have to
Yeah.
believe that things will fall in line for you. Like I feel like me traveling allowed me to see like what it is that I say that I want like is aligned for me, and that it's no reason for me to think that the things excuse me, it's no reason for me to think that the things that I want like are not attainable. Like I have to have like the faith, the courage, the wisdom, and the trust in myself that what it is that I say that I want, like I can go and do those things. And I don't need anybody to do them with me or for me. I just need to know that it's something that I actually want.
Man, you saying so many powerful things. That's what you cooking. You saying so many powerful things. That's beautiful. Um um cause the woman that you are, like, you're a very powerful woman. Like, how do what did you learn? Like, what, like, okay, you had a certain upbringing, but a lot of people, you have to still choose this path, right?
Yes.
Even I know people that came from great families, great
Mm-hmm.
households, but they want to be thug criminals. They want to be the low level of life, even coming from a great background. What made you decide to stay on this path? What did you learn? What happened to you that made you decide, like, oh, this is a path for me? What did you read? What did you learn that was
Mm-hmm.
like, this is a path, because I feel like things happen or we learn things that stay cemented that make us that stay cemented to make it natural for us to take this path. What happened
Yeah.
or what did you learn that made you stay cemented?
I'd say like what I learned is that like I'm connected to everything, everything that it is that like I see, like I can be. And just I'd say the biggest lesson for me was me me being disciplined enough to stop eating meat. Like it was really hard
Mm.
for me to like stop eating meat, and it's still hard to get back there because I started eating meat again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that me being disciplined on something that was so outside of this world, like when you think of like it being like a social norm to do this said thing,
Damn,
like
that's
it's
powerful.
everywhere. So
Yeah.
I feel like in different ways, like I still keep that like sacred energy of like I
Mm.
can't be like what's in this world, like letting things, different things
Because you will get
consume me.
constricted in the
Yeah.
world. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
But I feel like me focusing on not being and doing like the social norm of not being disciplined in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a really important pivotal part of my journey that I'm honestly like I'm still trying to get back there. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think about like what it took for me to like revert back to like eating meat.
Mm-hmm.
And I people who have never stopped doing something that everybody else does will really never know like how
Oh.
it connects to you having like discipline, you doing things that are like out of the status quo and doing something that's for you. Like even my family, like Thanksgiving, Christmas time, like those are things that you have to be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna make my own food. Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna go
just
out to
gonna
eat.
read supplements to help my body more. Like it's a lot that goes into
Discipline.
disciplining yourself to do something that nobody else is doing. There may be a few people that's doing it, but like you're essentially the black sheep.
Yeah. That's real talk. That's real talk. And is it something in particular? Like you said you said some powerful stuff. But what did you learn in particular about yourself, about spirituality that made you stay cemented in this path? Like, because for me, somebody got me hip to Black history, the
Mm-hmm.
Moors, some our ancestors built the pyramids. I learned certain information that had me stay on this path. What in particular did you learn that made you like, oh, okay, but like, okay, you say we connect to everything, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn that make you be like, oh, it's this knowledge that I got make me take this path? Like, did you watch a documentary? Did you watch the news? Did you heard from,
Um,
talk to somebody, or what?
I think just me like having the inclination to change. Like I felt
Mm.
like I was on a path of like self discovery. Honestly, I was just praying for like motivation to stop doing said thing. And like in
Ooh,
that
yeah.
moment, like the said thing was like, like I felt stuck. Like I didn't feel like I
Mm.
knew what the next path was for me. Me being here all my life, like I felt like I wanted to do something more. And that's still like growing in different ways. And I think that there was just like this like switch that just flipped in me wanting change and me wanting more, like the universe granted me more in different ways. And I really had to pray for the change that it is that I wanted, but I had to go after the different like paths and followings that it came with to do those things, like literally selling all of my things and moving 16 hours away and driving. Like I've done that
That's
at least
beautiful.
3 times in
That's
this
beautiful. That's
lifetime.
powerful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And it takes a
Congratulations. That's
lot
beautiful.
to just give up everything. Like before I came
Yeah.
back to Cincinnati,
But
I gave
but
up everything.
but the thing about it is when you shed.
I
you
really
get
didn't
new
need those
skin.
things.
But when you shed, like, and I feel like when you shed all those things, you get new things. That's
Yeah,
reinvention. That's how you stay alive.
that is true. It powers you up.
That's how you stay alive. Like for instance, you let go of everything in Cincinnati and you move to Houston. Like when you let those things go, it shoots you forward because
Yeah,
that stuff
because you're not
is
afraid.
weight.
Yeah,
Not only are you not afraid, but that stuff is what keeps you stuck.
I agree.
Those things keep your soul stuck. We was meant to travel. We was meant to
Absolutely.
move. We wasn't meant to just stay somewhere.
Yep.
But since we designed to, we gotta have this together. I gotta have a car. I gotta have a house. I gotta have this. I gotta have that. And we don't even and we only like that because we programmed to be that way.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, we programmed to be that way. So with that being said, when we accept the fact that we can let go of those things, is when we will rise even more because we aren't being contained by the material possessions. This
Yeah.
thing, that thing, this thing. When you think about it, all that stuff is is spiritually imprisoned you. So you got to think about it. You got bills. You got
Yeah.
you might have a car note. You might have your car have a problem. You got to get the car fixed.
All the things.
All that stuff. It's important, but at the same time, all that stuff wear on your soul bit by bit.
Yeah.
People don't realize it though. Like they just think it's life's hurdles, but it is life's hurdles. But at the same time, some hurdles that we have, it be like, is this necessary to even have this hurdle?
Mm-mm.
Am I
Some
just
of it can be prevented.
yeah,
Some
right,
of the
right,
lessons in life can be prevented.
yeah. And I feel like that's why the wisdom is so important. That's why it's important to know who you are,
Yeah.
so you can be like, so you can jump over all that.
Yeah.
The
Understand
wisdom,
where you are.
right, and the wisdom of yourself and your journey and who you are allows you to jump over that. That's why I wrote the book. You are the blueprint. You know what I mean? Labels are limits, embracing the essence of life, so people can tap into the deeper aspects in life and also the deeper aspects of themselves, so they can pinpoint their own direction. And also with labels are limits, embracing the essence of life, so people can step outside of the terms and labels and ideas that are passed down to them by society
Mm.
and embrace the essence that come with life. Because when you embrace the essence that come with life, that's you embracing everything that come with life, the good, the bad, the ugly,
You have
the
to.
essence of people. Because life is energy. You know what I mean? And if you ain't able to know the energy of things or learn the energy of things or see the energy of things for what it is, if you don't if if you're not able to see that, you ain't able to see life for what it is if you don't accept the energy of life and of people.
You
You know
have
what I mean?
to. You got to be able to see
Cause
it from
that
different angles.
cause that energy is everything. You know, terms are put on top of us. These labels and things of that nature, these words and stuff are important because communication is important. But at the same time, it's the essence that come with words. It's the essence that come with everything. So like, if you don't see the deeper essence that come with these different experiences, words, and things of that nature, you ain't able to pull the benefits of these different experiences or terms or whatever the case may be if you don't see things from a deeper lens. I feel like that's what makes life exciting when you're able to see it
I
from a
agree.
deeper way. Because if you, it's like
It can be one sided.
right, it's like the ocean. Like it's like what's it's like you go into a 2 feet pool. Like what can I do in a 2 feet pool?
Nothing.
You know what I
Not
mean?
much.
But when you got when you get when you go into an ocean, it's like all you see is just a fish in there, dolphins. It's just more to it because the depth of life makes life worth living.
It does.
You see what I'm
You gotta
saying?
be able to see the beauty in it and like
Yeah.
be able to see like different parts of your journey. And I think for me knowing where it was in every phase of my life, like me being able to self-identify like what I was
Mm,
doing, like why I was
damn.
doing it, like
That's
even if
cold.
things that weren't like amazing, like me being
Wow.
able to
This
understand and see where I'm at in that moment, that was like a lesson for me to continue to remember that thing. Like wherever I'm at, as long as I can self-identify, like what's going on, I'm going somewhere.
Right. And what do you, and for people that don't know, what do you mean by self-identified? What you mean by that?
I'm big on affirmations. So I'd say like self identify for me means communicating with yourself where you at in your journey, like a
Mm.
check in with self. I do a lot of journaling, like
Mm.
having like time to self to like just simply just write down like thoughts and feelings. I grew up like my mom actually writing like letters to me and just like having like different conversations with me. Like if she couldn't get through to me verbally, she would write down a letter. So I think for me, like self identification looks like a check in with yourself based off of where you are, like in life. Like what, let's say, like right now, like I'm in Cincinnati. Like I don't particularly care to be back in Cincinnati, but I feel like where I'm at right now, I can self identify that I actually really needed to be back here. Like being back here with family, like being back where it feels most comfortable for me, it it shift everything for how it is that I'm looking at things. So perspective is also self-identification, like being able to tap in with yourself and figure out like, okay, where am I at? Am I okay with where I'm at? And if I'm not, can I change those things?
And I think for you, I don't know if you look at it this way, but I think for you, the reason you able to have some contentment with being in Cincinnati because you done moved around a lot, you done
Yeah.
experienced a lot. So you coming back, it's like you shed that you shedded that weight of your desires that was built up within you.
I feel
You
that.
see what
I
I'm saying?
definitely feel
So before you left Cincinnati, you wanted to do certain things, go to certain places. So you couldn't be content in Cincinnati because
that.
you didn't
Mm-mm.
have those experiences that made you feel fulfilled. But
Yes.
you going to Houston and going to Costa Rica and just traveling
Mm-hmm.
and moving out of different places, it shed those desires that's within you. Now that you
It
back,
did.
you feel way more fulfilled
I
and
do.
also you feel more empowered. You know what I mean? Because you know being born and raised in Cincinnati, it's a lot of it's dark cloud over the city. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So you moving around, it makes you feel more empowered within yourself. So the weight of the city don't have the same containment on you because you moving around helps you build
It
that spiritual
does.
muscles.
You
So
know, it's interesting because I feel like I didn't really see like Cincinnati as a dark cloud,
mm,
but it was because of how I grew up. Like I didn't
yeah,
get to see certain parts of
yeah,
Cincinnati. Everybody has different
yeah,
realities,
yeah,
and so like for me, my reality was like my parents keeping me,
yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
inside, not being able to cross the street too much, not going to parties. Like I didn't go to a club until I went to college. Like I
Wow.
wasn't partying until I went to college, and even then, I still wasn't partying. So I think just me going to travel even made me like appreciate like Cincinnati more for like what it is, like the different just like the different people that I'm able to meet and that it's still progressing. Like the
Yeah, it is.
progression isn't gonna stop. I think that I just needed something outside of what I was already getting because I had been here for so long that I just needed something new. And I think that you're right. Like after me experiencing those things, now I'm able to be like, okay, like you got all of the traveling out of your system. There's still more traveling to do. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to feel like I can't travel. And I think one of the lessons that I learned is that even though I feel like I want to be so many different places because I'm a busybody,
Mm-hmm.
I can still go travel to those places and still have a place that feels like home, comfort for me, and still go all the places that I want to go.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's powerful. So how long was you in? So I want to ask you this question. How do how do how are women? How can women embrace a better path for themselves or embrace a more feminine nature? Because you know a woman
Mm-hmm.
in the society go through a lot. You know what I mean? you was raised different, but you have your own trials and tribulations as
Yeah.
well. And like I said, you are choosing this path. Like
Absolutely. It's definitely a
even me,
choice
like
every
I was
day.
adopted, foster care. Both my parents was on drugs. I
Mm-hmm.
went through so many different things in my life.
Yeah.
But a lot of people might not be able to see that because I'm choosing something different for
Yeah.
myself.
Every day
So
you
so
are.
so 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 for of course you had a great background and a great
Mm-hmm.
upbringing, a good upbringing and things of that nature. But how can women choose this path? What can they do to to get started on the journey or see the value of the journey? You know what I mean? Like,
I'd say the biggest thing that women can do to see the value in their journey is to start doing different things. Like tap into different hobbies that you enjoy doing,
for
like
example.
whether that's sewing or you like joining like a hiking group or doing something that is like working with your hands, moving your body, doing yoga, meditation, stretching. And those are still things that like I have to like force myself to like, okay, Jamila, you got to do your stretching, you got to do your yoga today. But I think that even getting around like-minded women that are on the path of the things that it is that you want to do can help and motivate you to make you feel like you're not alone, because when you're doing something new you need community, you need like-minded people who are focused on doing the same thing that it is that you were doing. When I first became vegan, like I met a group of people that were able to help me on my journey to continue like me being vegan, to help uplift me, to help learn different recipes. Like I had that support around me to the point that I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything, because if I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know what to cook, I had somebody else who knew what to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Quinoa, lentils, all of the things. Like, and I really appreciate like having those people in my life, because I was able to see like what community looked like. Even if it didn't last forever, like I felt like for me it was something that I needed for me to like say, okay, like I had that support, but I had to want it for myself first for
Mm.
me to even attract the different people that I attracted that were also on the same path that I was on.
Right.
So I'd say just like feminine women knowing what it is that they desire to do and going after that, and having time for yourself to like keep coming back to self, keep like taking your teas, doing your yoni steams, doing like the self-care things, doing the girly things that women enjoy doing. And it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't even have to be expensive, like going to get your hair done, going to get your nails done, all the simple basic things. You can even do those yourself. You can sit there and pamper yourself. I pamper myself. I don't feel like I need to go to the nail salon for people to pamper me. I take that upon myself to enjoy and do it myself. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's powerful. That's powerful. So when it comes to how important is, because I feel like in our society it's like a divide happening, right?
Hmm.
You got people who on a certain path, and they take in a certain direction in their life according to their soul, according to the mission they on, they calling and stuff. And then you got people who are trying to fit into society, like social norms and stuff.
Mm.
How important is it to appreciate and value the good things in life versus what people use um usually programmed to accept?
You can't take anything for granted. I feel
Mm.
like you it I think it's so important to know what it is that you desire, even if like those paths change. You knowing like what it is that you stand for. What are your current goals? What are your current morals? What are you like trying to obtain like long term? What do those goals look like for you? Even if you have to sit down, and of course people do like the vision boards, but I think that it's so important to know what it is that you desire in the present time, in the
Mm,
future, and like
mm.
far beyond that, so that you know what it is that you're trying to go after. Like, you never want to feel like you're waking up every day to go to said job and your only drive is that said job. that is like you're not gonna get anywhere for yourself, because to me that is what I consider a walking zombie. You're just walking, just waking up doing the same thing every day for somebody
You the
else
Walking Dead.
and nothing for yourself. You have
Yeah,
to do
real talk.
something for yourself.
Right.
People, there's so much stuff. Even if you have to look on TikTok, there's so many people making vlogs of what they do every day. If you even have to watch a vlog of what somebody else does for you, to be like, oh, that's something I want to try. Let me try that. Like, there's so many different options nowadays for you to, like, different outlets for different women to think and consider the different things that it is that they enjoy doing. You just have to find something that you enjoy doing. It could be literally anything. You just have to figure out what that is.